Hello, this is Dave with Dave's Aquarium Thoughts. Today I'm here because I got myself a new light, which is not for this one, but it is going to be for this one. I just want to try something else new, see how it works. This is something I actually got from Aquashella. This is the Hygger. This right here is the Hygger Max Pro plant light, which, as you can see, it's just one that kind of hangs over the tank. It doesn't rest over it. I know currently right now I do have these fluvials right here, these fluval nanos, uh, which they've been working good. I just want to try something else new. I know this is from Higer, but this is actually not something that Higer sent me. This is actually something I actually got at Aquashella. I just want to check it out and try it out. This one is a 60-watt version. So let's go ahead and check it out. So this right here is the current lighting situation with the two fluval nanos that I have up here. This is how it's being lit. I do have a guppy in there. I do have some cardinal tetras, as well as a couple of pistogrammas kind of swimming around in there. Now this tank is the one where I do have my African butterfly fish, but I just kind of wanted to give you a kind of before I put the new light on, I just kind of want to show you how it looks right now. I know it's still early, probably not the brightest as it could be, but I'm going to change that in a second. But as you can see, I do have some plants on here. I'm just trying to hope to have some better plant growth in here. These are some like cardinal plants I got from my latest fish club meeting, and I also do have the red lotus plant right there. I just want to see if I can get some better lighting in here. One thing I do have with these lightings, they also kind of do provide light to these plants on the top, which I do have snake plants and what's called aluminum plants and some pothos. But let me go ahead and change the settings on this aquarium, see if I can change the brightness, and that way I get a better comparison between the two lights. And that way you guys could tell me which light you like better in the comments below once I get this video through and once I get the new light installed. So let me go ahead and adjust the lighting in here and see how these nanos could actually light up this tank in full power. I know I do have two right now as opposed to on the Higer plant light. It's just going to be the one. So I don't know how the lighting's going to be. That's why I'm going to check it out and see how it works. So let me go ahead and change the lighting on this 20-gallon long and show you what it could be powered with these nanos here. All right, so this is the fluval nano plants. These are ones I kind of brought up all the lighting up to 50% on all the colors. I could probably play with it and make it better looking, but that's the one thing I am going to miss about these nanos, these fluval nanos, is I get adjusted with an app, which that's the one thing with the Higer I cannot do. But I just want to see how the Higer light looks. So let me go do one more thing. I'm going to crank them up to 100 to see what this fluval nanos look 100, which I never ran, just primarily because I didn't want to have too much algae growth. But let me go ahead and see how this fluval nanos look at 100%. All right, so this is the box, which includes the Hygger Max Pro plant light. Comes with, of course, product parameters on the box. It comes up with like some tips on the back, which is one thing I do like about this is it basically gives attention. So, okay, when installing this light, it is not recommended to place the light in the middle of the tank. And basically, that's good tips from them. That way, they're showing how their light works to make sure you're not overpowering the front plants, making sure you still get the back plants lit up. And anyways, that's enough of the box. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what's on the inside. First time I've opened this up, so let's go ahead and open this up. Of course, it has Higer, the think tank for your tank. So let's see what we have. We have protection, don't need that. Got a user manual. Now, I will need this. I'm probably going to read this in a second to see how to install it and how to operate it. So I'm going to set that off to the side. But now we have the goodies. We have the goodies, which we have the bracket, which I'm probably not going to use because I do have a rimmed tank. This is primarily made for the rimless tanks. But I'm not going to connect it to the tank. I'm actually going to have it hanging just like I have my fluval nanos. So I probably won't need the brackets for that. I probably will put them together. That way I can see how well they put together. These do sound like pretty sturdy metals. Little tuning forks there. But let me go ahead and you got the basically pieces, the screws and bolts for all the putting togethers. Comes with a little screwdriver for that as well, some Allen wrenches. So, but now let's get to the nitty gritty, which is primarily what I'm interested in, which is the light. You have the AC adapter, which is just a brick connection. You have the on and off switch on it. And of course, one thing to keep in mind, this is compatible with smart plugs. So if you want to set it with smart plugs, you can use a timer, you can use smart plugs. It'll all work, because you probably don't want to have it constantly like turning it on and off, but it is compatible with that. That's one thing I looked in. And now we have the light, which is a pretty hefty light. But now that I have the light out of the box, I don't need the box. But anyways, here is the light. I do like the way it feels. Very, very, very sturdy. It's a hefty weight. Not that necessarily means it's a good product or anything. You had a lot of weight in there, but it does feel pretty well made. And there, of course, is the bulb on the inside, where you do have RGB chips on there for providing the light. You have the plug, which is connected to a wire, which just holds it up to basically change the height to wherever you need it. So let me go ahead and get this installed and show you how it looks on my 20-gallon long, which holds a variety of fish, the cardinal tetras, the African butterfly fish, which is the one thing I worry about it, if it's going to be too bright for that. But I do want to see more plant growth in there. So let's see if this Hygger Max Pro plant light will do the job for me. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I got the light installed. I basically just have it hung up by that little beam from the stand with some zip ties. I probably need to do a little more reinforcement later, but that's pretty much how it looks. What I can see on the video, it really doesn't show what I'm seeing on personally. But the one thing I have noticed is the ripple effect from the filter. It does have a stronger ripple effect. And I do notice that the colors of the fish in the tank are really popping with this light. If you can see that guppy right there, it's really popping on the coloration of that, as well as the cardinal tetras I have in here. Colors are really popping a little bit more with this light than I did with the fluval nanos. Even at the brightest setting, the one thing I do notice on this, if I pull back a little bit, it is basically, I do have some darks, like the corners, if you look in the corners, like that corner over there, as well as that corner over there, they do have dark spots from the light, whereas the fluval nanos, where I had two running, they kind of covered both of them. But I think it's sufficient, because basically it still gives the African butterfly fish some hiding spots, because the African butterfly fish really doesn't like the bright light. But if you look from above, you can still see that it has plenty of dark spots in the tank where it's not hidden, it's not hitting that light. So I think it'll be good for that. It kind of like hides in those corners anyways. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's kind of hiding in the corner right there like it normally does. Kind of just basically African butterfly fish are a ambush predator, which they'll just kind of sit on top and waiting for an insect or a fish to come by and scoop up. But this is basically on how this light looks on the Hygger Max Pro plant. Please in the comments below, let me know what you think in terms of the colorations, as terms of the lighting. Which version did you like better? Did you like the fluval nano plant or the Hygger plant here? I know I do love the coloration on this thing. I do like how the fish are popping, but it might just take getting used to where not being able to adjust the that bronze cory, that the colors on that's really coming up beautiful. I really don't know if you could see it in the camera or not, but that's one thing I do like about this light is the colors of the fish are just popping. The fish definitely look different than the when I had the fluval running. I'm kind of liking this. Kind of like the ripple effect. I might down the road. I might decide. No, I might decide to do what I did with the fluval and just have two, or I might go back to the fluval. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided, but I do like the way that this is lighting up the tank, and I will have to see on how the plants do on that. So that is the Hygger Max Pro plant light. I have it installed. I have it running. I do like the coloration of the fish from the light. I do like the ripple effect. I just don't like the fact that I can't adjust it. But as long as I have it on timer, I think I'm sufficient on that. But I'll have to see how it does with my plants to see if it helps the growth. I know these cardinal plants right here. When I planted them, they were red. They had more leaves. So I don't know if it's just the acclimation to the tank or the lack of lighting, good lighting. I don't know. I did have those fluval nanos, which I think were plant lights as well. But I will see on how this goes. Down the road, I probably will have an update whether I kept this on here or not. I still have the fluval nano plants. I'm not getting rid of those quite so soon yet. So if I do decide to go back to them, I can. Then I guess I just have another light to figure out what I want to do with. So anyways, please in the comments below, let me know what you think. And definitely check out the Higer plant light right here, the Max Pro. It might work better if I had like a square tank, which is pretty much what these are built for. These are made for aquascaping. This is really not an aquascape tank, but I do hope that it does have more plants. And definitely check out Higer products. I will leave links down below to Amazon as well as Higer. And I am an affiliate with Higer, so feel free to actually use my promo code ATHOUGHTS, get 10% off. If they don't have any other promos running, you can use that for 10% off. And when you do follow my links, I do get a little kickback for those commissions because I'm affiliates with Amazon as well as Higer. So definitely check these products out. I've done plenty of reviews in the past with Higer. Some of them actually Higer sent me. This one, however, this one is one I got myself with my own money. So it's not one that Higer actually sent me to do a review. And even when Higer sends me product to review, they really don't ask, okay, they don't really ask for the video ahead of time, so they don't know what I'm going to say, whether it be good or bad. So far, I've been liking them. I do like the way this light works. Like I said, it's probably not the best to use on a rectangular tank unless you have two, but I kind of do like how I do have some dark spots on this with that. So I will have to see how it goes, give you an update in the future, and hopefully it works out. So definitely check it out. And as usual, check out my other videos. And usually, as usual, have a good day, night, or whenever you're watching this. Thank you.